Viva La Vida, Coldplay. It's an easy 4-chord song. And we're going to do that with a capo and make it even easier. Just for you on acoustic guitar, this capo is excellent. It can change the keys by a semitone by each fret. We're going to start off by putting this capo right here on the first fret, and we're going to start the song. We are learning basic shapes, basic chord shapes. We're going to start with the chord shape C. Okay, if you're a beginner, hopefully you've learned this. You could see it up there, I'm showing you. Okay, we're going to start with a C shape. That becomes the C sharp. Because we got this capo on the first fret, we've gone up one semitone. Okay, so we're now C sharp. Here we go. C sharp. Then we will go to the D shape. This is the D shape. And this becomes a D sharp. Then we'll go to the G shape, which you should all know. And that is a G sharp. And then to an E minor, the easiest chord ever, which is the F minor, which is the key of this song, which means you can play along with the track, with the actual singers if you want to. Okay, so we got this, remember? So the C shape, C sharp, D shape, D sharp, G shape, G sharp, E minor shape, F minor, key of the song. Okay, we're going to start off and we're going to do palm muting. You need to use this palm part of your hand and put it on the back of the bridge here, right here on the back of the bridge. Okay, and we're going to do downstrokes, all right? So you can listen. So it's slightly muted. If you can't do this, just practice it. You're slightly putting your hand on the bridge there. Okay, we're going to go into the C shape, okay? And we're going to do downstrokes, and I'll talk through it. Here we go. So C, C sharp, D, which is D sharp, G, which is G sharp, E minor, which is F minor, C. Pretty easy, yeah? Okay, this might be a little bit difficult for you right now, trying to learn this one, putting the palm. I remember that took me quite a while to learn that when I first started. So that's something you need to focus on and practice. And literally just rest your hands slightly and just... You don't need to hit every single string, just nice and gently, okay? And then practice your chords. Also, if you are very, very new to practicing these chord shapes, this C, this D, this G, and this E minor, which you could play anywhere if you use this capo. You can move it up and find your tone. You could just practice between 2 chords. That's what I would recommend. I would recommend maybe picking, let's say, the G to E minor. That's a good one, okay? So, and just do it slowly. E minor, back to G. Nice and slow. And when you get good at it, then change it around, use different chords and move things and do different things, okay? That's a good way of practicing, okay? Don't be too harsh on yourself at the start when you learn guitar, because a lot of things it takes the practice, and one day you'll be doing it and you'll be like, this is impossible, I can't do it, and then you'll have a break for an hour, and then all of a sudden you can do it. I still have these moments now where I can't play something, and then I'll have a break and I come back and I'm like, oh, there it is. And it just works. So like I never used a pick for a long time. I used to only use my fingers to play. And lately I've really forced myself to use a pick, which I still make the odd mistake every now and then. Okay, so back into it. So those downstrokes, let's just have a listen with the song. I'm going to sing it slowly, okay? So downstrokes, okay? I used to rule the world. Seas would rise when I gave the word, and in the morning I sleep alone. See the streets as I walk alone. So it's as simple as that. You can put more emphasis into it. You can change it around. There's ways of finding your own feel with the music, okay? Then it goes into kind of an instrumental, musical kind of part that builds up. It's the same chords all the way through. And this I would just open up with. I wouldn't do the palm muting. I would hit probably the bottom 4 strings and it'd be... So I would go from palm muting to open strings and then back to palm muting into the next verse. Okay, so the next verse is exactly the same. We don't need to go through that. You could practice that for yourselves. And then we need to look at the chorus part. Okay, so I hear Jerusalem. It's the same chords. I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry cries singing. So finding what fits for you, okay? I think with this, it's a normal up-down stroke, okay? So I hear Jerusalem bells ringing, Roman cavalry cries singing. Be my mirror, my soul, my shield, missionaries on a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain, I know St. Peter would call my name. It was an honest world, that was when I ruled the world. So again, all those chords. Now, if you noticed, I stopped playing in certain parts there, okay? And there's one part particular because there's an extra chord. Now, as you noticed, I was able to sing that and not use that chord, and it was absolutely fine. You wouldn't have even noticed it, okay? This is a tool that I will use many times when I'm doing performances, and people will ask me for a certain song that I don't know, and I'll find the 3 chords or the 4 chords that fit that song, and when there's certain changes where I don't really know where they are, I just don't play. Because when you are playing solo on your own, the good thing about it is you are in control of the tempo, the dynamic, the feel, the atmosphere, everything that goes into it. So it isn't a mistake because you're allowing for it, okay? So where it goes, so I hear Jerusalem, but for some reason I can't explain. I know St. Peter will call my name. Okay, it was an honest world. And it jumps to a B minor shape. That was when I ruled the world. Okay, so it jumps here. It was an honest world. That was when I ruled the world. Okay, so you don't need to do that. You can if you want to. It's a B minor shape, but this is a bar chord. So if you're a beginner, this might be a little bit difficult for you to jump to that, okay? Practice, you'll get there. Absolutely fine, okay? It's a B minor shape, okay? So it's a C minor, that's what it is, okay? So now, like I said, what I do is I just pause there so I can go, and it was an honest word. That was when I ruled the world. Whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, you can, using dynamic and pauses and stops, if you just want to be your own on a guitar. And this can also work in the band, because if you're not playing the chord, someone else is playing the chord, okay? So that gap will be filled in, okay? I often play as a trio. I usually have a bass player, me as a guitar player, and drums. And when you have a really good bass player, they will fill in the sounds really well for you, and it makes it really easy for you. So yeah, never worry too much about that. The main thing is you don't play the wrong note. So it's okay to be a lead singer and miss a note. Now, obviously, you want to learn everything that is good about the song, but to be practical and understandable, especially when you're trying to get lots of songs learned for a gig or something like that, trying to use your knowledge and your ability to adapt to certain songs is key to making it as a solo performer that does different things going around in bars and clubs and stuff like that. I've been lucky enough that I've done lots of different countries around different circuits as a solo singer, as a solo guitar player. So these are the things that I've learned that have always worked for me. Now, I hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Just one more time, let's go through it. So we got the C shape, which is C sharp. We got the D shape, which is D sharp. We got the G shape, which is G sharp. And then the E minor shape, which is the F minor. Okay? And we start with those downstrokes. And then the chorus is open. Hey, gentle bells ringing, Roman cavalry choirs singing. Be my mirror, my soul, my shield, missionaries on a foreign field. Okay, and remember you do have that B minor change. It was an honest world, and that was when I ruled the world. Okay, it's a beautiful song, and it is an easy song to learn. Okay, Coldplay have this amazing collection of songs, and especially something that I like to learn all these songs. And like I said, all these little tricks that I'm hoping going to give you in these songs, this is all comes from experience. All right, because trying to remember all these songs off the top of your head can be quite difficult. There are little tricks and things that you can do to memorize where movements comes, and the more that you play guitar, the more you'll feel it as well, which that is the good thing that comes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. So remember, down strokes and palm strokes, and then up and down. Remember, when you're doing this up and down, you want your wrist to be very loose. You don't want to be moving your arm up and down here. If you notice, I rest my arm on the main body of the guitar when I'm playing, okay? So when I'm doing it, if you notice, my elbow doesn't move at all. It's just my wrist. So a few practice tips, like I said, if you want to practice this rhythm, okay, up and down, let's just simple. You could sit, watch a movie. I used to practice this slowly. Put a metronome on, make sure you're going with time or a beat or something, and just practice it. Same with the palm muting, just rest it, nice and gentle. And that's all you need to do. You just need to practice this stuff over and over and over again, and you'll get there. I'm not the best guitarist, I know, and I'm not the best singer either, but I do know how to perform, and that's something that I class myself as a professional in. So I'm able to use the things that I have in order to make a good show. So yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. My name is Scott, and this is how you play Viva La Vida by Coldplay. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.